Hey everybody, it's Kirsten with Talk Travel Eat, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about how we got here. I know many of you are new to my channel, and I want to say welcome and thank you for watching. My husband Mark and I are from San Diego, California in the US. Up until 2020, I worked as a registered nurse specializing in oncology. Mark was formerly in the United States Navy. We are both in our mid-50s. Yeah, we're a lot older than we look. And we've known for many years that retiring in San Diego would be unaffordable for us. We are both children of military families. That's how we ended up growing up in Southern California and really spending most of our lives in San Diego and Southern California. It really has spoiled us for a lot of things in life, and we just knew there were not very many other places in the United States where we would want to live. So in 2016, we started exploring our options. Where is somewhere that we would be able to move to in retirement? But in the meantime, we also just kept living our lives to the fullest. We love to travel, and we've been fortunate to visit many places. Some of our favorite places that we visited are Japan, Hawaii, New York, France, Cambodia, the UK, Mexico, Singapore, and of course, Thailand. I first visited Thailand with Mark in 2014, and Mark had been here before traveling with the military. So as time passed, working as an oncology nurse really took its toll. I love nursing and I love my patients. But now that I've been away from nursing for a couple of years, I realize just how hard of a job it really is. When you're in it and you're in the moment, you just don't realize the toll it takes. I knew the emotional toll of watching so many people die, people I had the pleasure of knowing and caring for, especially when they were at their most vulnerable. I knew it wasn't sustainable long term. It just takes a lot out of you. But what I really didn't know is how it just made me sad. I didn't realize just the overall sadness being in that environment on a regular basis put on me. I mean, to be able to do my job and do it well, there are just so many feelings and emotions you have to really keep in check. I mean, what good would I be to any of my patients if I was falling apart all the time? I guess what I'm just trying to say is cancer can be very, very sad. So then we come to 2020 and COVID rolled around, and that's when I pretty much hit my breaking point. It wasn't just COVID, it was a combination of things. It was the years of providing comfort and support to dying people. I mean, just to put it bluntly, as much as I loved it, when I really reflect on it, I don't even see how I did it. Then we had the uncertainty and confusion that came along with COVID. Things changing on the daily. This new disease, we didn't know how to treat it initially. We didn't really know how to protect ourselves initially, and just everything that went along with that. And then what really kind of tipped things over the edge for me personally, after already being worn down so much from everything I just talked about, it was in May of 2020, and in the United States, that's when all of the protests erupted surrounding the death of George Floyd. On the day when the protests hit the news, my director basically cornered me at work, and she wanted to tell me how sorry she was and how she didn't understand how Black people were treated in America. And basically she was feeling bad for me, feeling bad for herself, and really in that moment she expected me to make her feel better about it all. Now, you have to understand, this all came out of left field because she and I did not have that kind of relationship. It was just so weird and so awkward that she was saying all this stuff to me, and we weren't even personal friends. We didn't socialize outside of work. At the same time, we were dealing with a patient who urgently needed care. I was working in an outpatient facility at the time. Patient had just finished a procedure. It was just so weird and awkward, and I thought, wow, she's really bum rushing me, and she wants now in this moment to hear all about my experience of being Black. It was just too much. With everything that was going on top of everything I was handling, I was also going to have to be the Black poster child at our clinic. And I was like, no. So that was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. And at that point, I took a leave of absence. I just literally broke down. And my doctor was like, you need some rest, basically. At that point, we just got back to our retirement research and started to think about where we could live on less income and sustain ourselves on Mark's military benefits alone. Now, the world was pretty much shut down at this point because of COVID, and so we didn't have very many choices, but we knew it wasn't smart to keep our overhead so high in San Diego. So at that point, we went to Mexico. We went to Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and it actually was a pretty good place to hang out, hunkered down during COVID, right up until it wasn't. It just got to a point where it was unsafe. There were a lot of things going on there. I mean, we literally did not go outside at night. It just wasn't safe to do so. And so we ended up going back to San Diego and staying with family. Once visa processing started opening up around the world, that's when we got our visas for Portugal and moved to Portugal in May of 2021. Now, you can watch all about our experience in Portugal by watching some of the previous videos. It was a great place to decompress and rest. After a while, we knew it wouldn't be for us long term. So we started doing a lot of soul searching. We asked ourselves a lot of questions, and a lot of the questions we asked ourselves, we necessarily didn't like the answers, but it really made us take a hard look at our life and ask ourselves what we really wanted out of life. So now here we are in Bangkok. We're happy and we're grateful to be here. There's so much to discover here, but there's also so much to figure out. It can be overwhelming at times. We're trying to figure out what our life looks like here, but we're having a lot of fun figuring that out and just living in the moment and enjoying each day as much as we can. So yeah, that's the story. That's how we got here, and I guess I'll say it's just really nice to meet you all. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this video. I'm always interested in your comments. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.